hop back in, but
You should just leave it alone, bro.
alone, man. Yeah, man, we're crazy. We're killing the market right now. That's insane, bro. Like,
I wonder what's causing this spike. Not spike, but what's causing the market to move right now?
what were you saying, Aaron? Sorry, the thing got loud.
I think what's causing the market to move like this right now. Like everything is moving in our favor right now. Everything.
Literally everything, man. Straight to TP. It's crazy. All right, see, I got this thing going live. But we got a couple people. We got about 30 people in here, so I'll give it a few more minutes for us to go. Let's see. Hey guys, welcome. Let's see. Tabrea's right here. Hey Tabrea, how's it going? We got a lot of people in here. We got pretty much everyone from Premium, and then a couple people coming in as well. Hey Mary, how's it going? I see your hands up. You have a question? If you have any questions, you guys, just put them in the Q&A, and then I can get down to analyzing whatever you guys want me to look at. Otherwise, go ahead and put them in the chat. But if you guys have any specific questions, put them in the Q&A, because I'm not going to be able to see them if you put them just in the chat. But yeah, welcome guys. I'll give it a few more minutes. I'll let some people join in. But if you guys are following our positions, everything's looking great. I mean, man, we've been unstoppable this whole week. It's crazy. Let's see. Let's look at our active positions right now. On NZD, I don't know if that filled for anyone. It filled for me. I entered market. Let's see what else we got. A CHF JPY position right here is about to hit full TP. Your CHF going for TP1. Your GBP, it hit TP1. It's coming back down, but it hit some support. Euro NZD, it's going down to TP2 right here. It's about halfway down. Hey Sebastian, how's it going? Let's see what else we got here. We have our GCAD. So this is our GCAD from yesterday. I think some of you guys got stopped out, but I'm still in it. Depending on the broker, if your spread was too wide, you probably would have gotten stopped out of this, but I didn't hit stop loss, so I'm still in it. What else do we got here? We have our GN position. It's about to hit TP1. GU hit TP1. It's still shooting on up. NZD CAD right here. It's almost at TP1. NZD JPY. Aaron, did we put this as a full TP already? Let me check.
I think we did, yeah. NJ?
Yeah, I'm just going to double check before I take it off my list. So Aaron, can you remind me once we get closer to 6 to look for trades?
Yeah, I got you, bro.
I don't know if there's going to be that many available right now because, just due to the current market conditions, it looks like everything is pretty far out. And yeah, I think that's about it. This UJ call, maybe we should just call this Aaron, but it's too late now. But yeah, it looks like we have a full house today. So we have about 50 people in here. Looks like people are still coming in. So if we're just gonna let people roll in along the way. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A. And then once we we get some questions rolling in, then I can start answering questions for you guys. Also, if you guys are in the K2 Premium group, we do have the giveaway going on. One of the K2 Premium members was generous enough to donate $100 to a Premium member's account. So right here, we have this K2 giveaway going around where we're going to be funding one K2 Premium member with $100 so that they can help them with their trading account. The requirements are pretty simple. All you need to do is be in this K2 live trading room tonight. For you guys that are here, you guys do qualify. Also, you guys are just gonna have to go on the live video stream on YouTube and like that. Also, you'll need to leave a comment on the live video stream, basically detailing what your trading goals are with K2, so that we can work with you and make sure you reach your goals. And lastly, you have to be a K2 Premium member. So unfortunately, if you guys aren't in K2 Premium, you guys won't qualify because you guys won't fit all of these 4 requirements. But if you guys are, you guys will be entered to win this $100 giveaway to be entered to your account. So yeah, depending on how many people participate in this, we're going to be doing a random drawing. So after this is done, we'll be looking for the winner after this webinar. Dave is asking what's on premium. Premium. So we have a. I'm not sure, Dave, if you're new here. Your name looks familiar. I don't know if you've been around before. Let's see. Jay said I don't hear no sound. Aaron, do you hear me?
Yeah, you said what?
Let's see. Jay said I don't hear any sound. Does anyone else here hear me, or is it might just be Jay that can't hear me? Okay, never mind. It was just Jay. Let's see. John's here. Hey, John, how's it going? Hell of a day trading. Yeah, John made some pretty good profit too. How much did you make today, John? Let's see. Let's see what John made today. Here we go. John made a couple. Man, he made a lot today. He made was it close to 300 today? Good shit, John. Let's see what else we got here. All right, cool. James is here too. Hey, James. I think James is driving right now, so drive safe, James. Don't get distracted with this webinar. Let's see, nice. So Jay he made 200 euros today. Chase made $100 today. Nice, man. Yeah, everyone's been making a ton of profits. If you guys are in K2 Premium, we posted everyone's profits from today. So if you guys are part of the premium group, you guys can see all. Or I mean, if you guys are in the premium group, you guys would have made a ton of profits today. But if you guys are in the public group, we've been posting everyone's profits here. Who is this right here? So this was Hassan. Hassan made 1,300 today trading with K2. David over here. David's been killing it. Look at this. 1,000, 1,100 right there. Well, Masa, she made 300 right there. She woke up. She woke up to that. Pretty much everyone in K2 just eating like nonstop. So if you guys want to profit with us, I don't see what's stopping you guys. You guys see all the profits here, and you guys see how everyone's doing. It's different for other trading groups where the main person is showing his profits. But the thing with me is, and us over here at K2, I'm showing profits of actual K2 members. I'm not showing my own profits because obviously anyone can do that. But who can go and show everyone in their group making these kind of profits? Razik right here at 1,300. Literally everybody is eating in K2. It's not just me. It's literally everybody. Look at that. Here goes David again, man. David's over here showing off. He's been showing like his 3-4 accounts. There he goes again on his real account. His personal 146. FTMO. He's up like a couple thousands. Man, that's crazy. Oh, hey, Timothy. Yeah, Timothy looks like James referred him. Good to hear, man. Good to hear it. I love seeing that. Members here are referring their own friends and family because obviously, what we do here works. You see here, Aaron Scalping US 30, $300 today. George. I mean, you guys can go and look at the K2 alerts page, and you guys can see all the profits that all K2 members have been making all this week. So that'll be available for you guys. But let's get back to this webinar. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A. But right now I'm going to start going down the question. Looks like we've got a couple in here. So we got one from Sam. Sam said, could you walk us through one of the trades today? Like when you see a valid signal, what do you look for next in order to pull the trigger or to keep looking? Stop loss and TP setup. So yeah, definitely. Let's see. I'm going to go down the list real quick. I'm going to see, what did I call today that, or actually I can just go to NJ because I think, Aaron, do you know which pair just hit TP, like a full TP? Okay, perfect. So like this one right here. So I'll just, I'll use this as an example. So I'll go from start to finish. So let's see, I'll start off with this right now. So I'm just going to delete everything on the chart so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so pretty much this is how a chart looks normally. So this is a normal chart, no indicators, no nothing on there. Let me delete this real quick. And for this entry, I called NZDCHF for a buy using the K2 zone trading strategy. So basically what I did here was first I put on the K2 trading strategy indicator. This is going to be the momentum indicator that we use. What it does is it identifies momentum swings in the market. So if it's a green signal with a bullish candle, this is going to signify that momentum is going to be swinging upwards. If it's red, then this is going to be signifying that momentum is swinging downwards. So pretty much, I'm going to have this up so I know what direction price is moving. And next, I'm going to be using the K2SR to see zones in the chart. So as you can see right here, pretty much what the K2SR indicator does is it automatically plots the support and resistance on the chart for you, so you can see where price rejects from. And if you follow data, you can see that price generally moves from zone to zone. So as you can see right here, price swung down here, it swung up right here, and then it swung back down, rejected off this zone, swung up, kind of consolidated a little bit, broke the zone, continued to the next zone, came to the next zone, and so on. And if you have these indicators, you'll be able to see exactly where price is going to be rejecting from. So I'll just show you an example here before I get into that trade. So pretty much if I run this, you'll see that the zones are going to automatically adjust. So you can see there's a new zone right there. You can see price moving from zone to zone. It's coming back down, rejected off this zone. And you can see these new zones being populated on the chart. So that's just an example of how the K2SR indicator works. But now that you guys have an understanding of how these two indicators work, I'm going to show you guys how I enter this trade. So first, I want to identify where the zones are. So pretty much what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to, instead of leaving these zones on the chart, you can see it's kind of messy. So I'm just going to go and plot my own zone over the SR so I can hide those from the chart. So there we go. We have the closest zone right there. And then we have another zone right here. So once I have that on the chart, I'm just going to hide K2SR, and then you guys can see how simpler it looks right there. So pretty much that trade that I called for NZD-CHF was was that you, Aaron? Yeah, that was Aaron. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna go to the signal. So right here, I called the signal at 6:10 a.m. So we'll go back to that point in time. So let me rewind to 6 a.m., which was right here. And pretty much when I was looking for this signal, what I was doing was first you want to identify. I'll put the requirements here for that strategy. So this is the K2 SR zone trading strategy, and then I'm going to color this blue. And then let's see. So number one, you want to identify direction of price, K2 TS indicator. The K2 TS indicator are going to be the vertical lines here. Pretty much, like I said earlier, what it does is it identifies the direction of price, or in better words, the direction of momentum. So if you have a green signal here, you're going to know that momentum of price is going upwards. If you have a red signal, momentum price is going down, and so on as it moves forward. So first, you want to identify the direction of price using the K2 TS indicator. And right here, you can see that this bullish candle right here, well, you can see right here that there's a green signal. So pretty much we've identified that price is going upwards. So that's number one. We identify the direction of price. Since we have the most recent signal is a green signal, this is going to signify that price is going upwards. So after that, you want to so if you're entering after the candle has already filled with the signal in place, next you're going to want to identify break of zone in that direction, break and close of zone in that direction. All right, so the first requirement is identify the direction of price. Right here we have a buy signal, so we know that the direction is going upwards. Yeah, John said that that's a false signal, but we're not trading off the signal. This is the K2 SR zone trading strategy, so we're not. That doesn't matter. When you're applying the strategy, we're not looking for valid signals. We're looking for direction to price. So if we have a buy signal, that's the direction. If you have a sell signal, that's the direction. We're not looking for valid entries based on the signal. So pretty much, back to my explanation. Sorry guys, I'm looking at the chat right now. Yeah guys, so it depends on certain strategies. So I think Dijon, he's having this strategy mixed up with the original strategy, which is it's different. But sorry guys, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm just gonna ignore the chat right now, and then I'm just gonna go over you know, what I was doing. So this is a totally different strategy. If you guys are familiar with the K2, you know, the original intraday strategy or the momentum strategy, the pullback strategy, stuff like that, those are totally different because this strategy, we're trading within zones. We're not trading off momentum. So like those strategies are totally different compared to these. Also, we trade this on the 4-hour chart. The thing that with Dijon, how he's mentioning, you know, if it has to be a valid signal is because we're trading on the short time frame. So we want to catch momentum as it, you know, as it moves. So like right here, this would be a valid buy entry right here. So in this situation, you know, this would be a good entry because it's a valid buy with a buy signal with a bullish candle. So you could just take that up. The difference with this is we're not trading off the signals. We're trading off zones. So we're trying to trade within zones as they move from zone to zone. But back to the requirements. First, we're identifying the direction of price. Right here, we have a buy signal, so we know that the direction is going upwards. Next, we want to identify a break and close of zone in that direction. So right here, you can see that price broke above it. This would have been a valid entry right here. However, we didn't take that entry, but you can see right here, price came back down into the zone. So now it's in the zone. This is going to provide for another buy entry once price breaks outside of the zone. So you can see right here, price pulled back and then it broke out of the zone up here. So this would be a valid break and close outside of this zone right here. So first requirement's met where we identify the direction of price because we have a buy signal here. Next, we identified a break and close in that zone in that direction because right here, this bullish candle broke outside the zone. So once those requirements are met, you're going to enter on the open of the falling candle. So I'll add that as a number 3. So right here, we do have this set up. Now I'm going to set up my long position right here. And let me just pull up the signal so I can see exactly what parameters I used. So right here, we have the entry. So there's the entry right there. The R&R is going to be 59.4 pips. So I'll just put that in right here. And that's pretty much it. So Sam, that's pretty much how I identified this, you know, this signal right here. And then obviously you guys are aware it hit full TP. So right there, we hit full TP, went straight to profit target, and then we locked in 59.4 pips. And that's pretty much, you know, that's my whole process of calling my signals right now, since this is the only strategy that I've been applying. So that's pretty much how I call this one. I'll go back to the other strategy. So let me go back to the intraday strategy that Shawn was mentioning. Okay, so right here, if you're applying the K2 intraday strategy, you know, it's going to matter whether it's a valid signal or not, because these are going to be short-term trades. So let me go ahead and I'll write the requirements for that. So the previous strategy is the strategy that I'm using right now. It's traded on the 4-hour. That's the K2 zone trading strategy. This is going to be the K2 intraday strategy. So one, you just want to identify K2 signal. Next, you want to identify or confirm K2 signal matches trend meter. And lastly, you're going to enter on open of following candle. And I think that's about it. I mean, there's other requirements, but just to keep things simple and to keep things moving along, I'm going to give you guys, you know, the bare basics of the strategy. So earlier, Dijon was he mentioned that this was the candle earlier wasn't a valid buy signal because it was a bearish candle with a bullish signal. So the problem with this is that it's identifying momentum swing upwards, but price is actually going opposite. So that would make it invalid. This would be valid here because it's a bullish candle and a buy signal. So you can see, you know, obviously if you enter this right here, you can rotate it up. And you can see right here, this is invalid because if you would have bought right here, it would have went in the opposite direction. So as you can see from comparing this candle to this candle, you can see the difference how one's valid and one's invalid. Also, it's the same situation for sell signals. So you can see right here, there's a sell signal, but it's a bullish candle. So right here, you can see that that pretty much this candle right here is bullish, but it's a sell signal, and you can see price ended up not going down; it just ended up going the opposite direction. So that, you know, obviously that'd be invalid. And then right here, you can see that it's a bullish candle with a, or sorry, right here it's a sell signal with a bearish candle. So right here you can see, you know, price came down from that direction. So you could have taken a sell right here, you could have taken a buy right here. But going back to the K2 intraday strategy, this is the original strategy and the most basic strategy that you can apply. And it's real simple. So first you want to identify a K2 signal. K2 signals are these vertical lines right here. And I'll change that to valid, so it makes more sense. So right here, you want to make sure that you identify a valid K2 signal, because as you can see right here, if you enter this trade right here, it would have been a loss, or it would have been in drawdown for quite some time before it shot on upwards. But right here, we have a valid K2 buy signal because it's green and then it matches with a candle. So it's a bullish candle with a buy signal. So this would be a valid K2 signal. Next, you just want to make sure that the K2 signal matches the trend meter. So if you guys aren't familiar with the K2 trend meter, what the K2 trend meter down here does is it identifies the overall trend. So when it's green, it identifies an overall uptrend. If it's red, it identifies an overall downtrend. And when it's blue, this just demonstrates that price is consolidating at the time. So let's go back over here. Let me see if I could find, so you can see it makes it a lot easier for you to identify trends without drawing any trend lines anywhere. So right here, you can see it's green down here, and you can see obviously price is trending up pretty strong. And then you can see right here, it's red, and you can see price is trending downward. So instead of going and doing the work, drawing you know, trend lines, it saves you time because down here it's just red. There's no need for you to draw trend lines because it's already been identified for you. You know, again, similar to right over here, you know, price is going up. You can see, you know, instead of drawing trend lines, it's already identified for you down here. It makes things a whole lot easier. So, you know, if you have these tools, it makes trading a lot more efficient where you don't have to waste your time drawing trend lines. Like, what's the point of drawing trend lines when you already know where the trend's going? But going back to the strategy, okay, so number one, you want to identify a valid K2 signal. Right here, we have a buy signal with a bullish candle. So this is going to be valid. Next, you want to confirm the K2 signal matches the trend meter. So down here, these are both green and green. So this gives you the green light to enter a buy position. So if I go here, I just rewind this. So right here, we got a buy signal. It matches the trend meter down here. You want to enter on the open of the following candle. The way that I set up my PL is I zoom out. I use the long tool right here. I'll place it right there. What it does is it'll place the stop loss at the previous swing. The previous swing can probably be a little lower, so I can just move it down here. And then I'll just put my prop target, same positioning. And then there goes a valid K2 entry right there. And then what do you do after that? Just let it run and profit target. It's as easy as that. So if you guys, you know, if you guys aren't having a great time trading, you guys are having trouble trading and, you know, trading profitably and consistently, I mean, if you guys have access to the K2 indicators, you know, this could be life-changing for you, as it's been for, you know, a lot of our students. It makes trading so much easier. Right here, we have another valid entry. Could have entered this one right here, you know, another 32 pips. Again, right here, it's a green and green. Enter that, another 32 pips. So literally, if you use the K2 strategy and you took, you know, all of the valid entries, right here we have a valid buy. You would have won 33 pips. Again, right here, another 33 pips. Look for the next valid buy. This would be invalid because it's not a valid signal. Again, right here we have a valid signal, another 33 pips. So within, you know, these three trades right here, you would have made, you know, well over 100 pips using this basic strategy. So let's see, Sam mentioned, so most of the FX trades are taken with momentum signal rather than valid signal. Yeah, so Sam, if I, right now, since I'm trading the zone trading strategy, and I'm trading that because of the current market conditions, you know, generally if the market's trending heavily, like, you know, markets started picking up just a few weeks ago, you know, May 26th till today. If you go back to when COVID was, you know, a big problem, you can see right here, price wasn't really trending. So right here, it was trending, but you would have held this trade for fucking how long? Okay, you would have held this trade. If you entered this trade right here, you still would have won. Trust me, like, because right here, your stop loss would have been 30 pips away. But look when you would have hit TP. You'd have held this trade for like 6 days because, you know, price is just going sideways. But yeah, you can see right here, see, it's hard for you to find overall trends. Although it does work, you know, price is just going sideways most of the time because of COVID. Like there's no real direction in price. But if you go back to when, you know, when price is normal, like how it is right now, it's kind of moving a little better than how it's been moving. You know, it's easy to apply this strategy. So when applying the K2 zone trading strategy, we're not basing our trades off momentum. We're just basing our trades off direction. Dijon is, wait, is that Dijon or Dejaj? Okay, he said, are you, you called your NZD? Let me check. I think I called it and I hit it. I think it hit TP already. So let's see. I'll go to, he spelled your NZD. So yeah, I did call a Euro NZD this morning. I think it's still active. So I'll check on that in a little bit. But yeah, let me keep going down the questions real quick. Another thing, if you guys put questions in the chat, just put them in the Q&A because I'm not going to be able to get to you know, all the chat questions because I'm going down the list for Q&A. So if you guys put a question in the chat, just put them in the Q&A and I'll get to them, you know, in chronological order. Let's see. Hey Ken, how's it going? I see your message right there. Jay said, stupid question, but how do you add text? And oh, never mind. He saw it. Yeah, it'd be this this button right here. Next up, we have Anthony. How can I put trading signal on my trading view? Anthony, you're gonna have to have a subscription to K2 in order to get these indicators. These indicators will be under your invite-only scripts. So if you do have access to K2, you'll see them right here under your invite-only scripts. If you guys don't have access, then you're not going to see this right here. It's just going to be, you know, your normal indicators. Let me keep going down. John said Shawn is the new Wolf of Wall Street. Thanks, John. Next up, let's see. Hamza is asking, how do I add those vertical lines? Similar to Anthony's question earlier, you're going to have an active subscription to the K2 strategy. If you don't have access, then you're not going to be able to get, you know, access to the K2 indicators. But if you do, then there will be directions in the K2 course on how to unlock these indicators. Let's see what else we got here. All right, cool. So I think that's it in chat. I'm going to go down the Q&A now, guys. Sam, did that answer your question? I just want to make sure before I move forward. Okay, perfect. All right, so Dave's asking what's on premium. So let me, you know, make things easy. I'll just open the website so that you can see, you know, what's included. All right, let's see. All right, so this is the K2 website. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with it. If you guys subscribe to the K2 strategy, so if you guys want access to the K2 strategy, you go to our website, k2trades.com, and then just click on K2 Trading Strategy course. And then this will open up right here. And then pretty much what comes with K2 Premium is going to be, the breakdown is going to be, okay, so here you go. So when you sign up to the K2 strategy course, you'll have access to the K2, you know, K2 system courses. We have multiple strategies. There's not just one. There's about 4 or 5. So we have a strategy for intraday. We have a strategy for scalping. And we also have a longer term strategy, the K2 zone trading strategy, which I've been applying, you know, for the past couple months because of the current conditions, where that's traded on the 4-hour, but it's still considered intraday trading. So if you subscribe to Premium, you'll have access to all the K2 strategies. You'll have access to all of the K2 indicators, which is the K2 Proprietary Trading Indicator, which is the momentum indicator on this chart that are these vertical lines right here. And then the K2 trend meter, which will be this trend meter down here. Next up, we have the K2 support resistance indicator. Aaron, are you here?
Hey, bro.
We just hit TP again, another TP. So if you want to,
which one?
NZD CAD.
All right.
You guys are in premium. You guys made a nice profit off that too. So I'll close this and then let's go back to the okay, so the K2 SR indicator, which are this indicator right here. Open this. So pretty much, like I said earlier, this indicator automatically plots the support resistance on the chart for you. So you can see right here, you can see exactly where price rejects from. So you can see price came up, rejected off this, and then it established a zone there. And this is perfect because you can see exactly where price rejects from. Like you can see we perfectly spotted this trade right here because we saw a break and retest. We saw price break this zone, came down, it retested the zone right here, and then it broke it again right here, it confirmed. So once it confirmed, this is where we entered our buy, and then we rode this trade up, and we pretty much hit, easy profit right there. Let me see what else we got. I chased at EC on the way up. Aaron, another CP.
All right, got you right. 1 second.
You guys are missing out, man. If you guys aren't in K2 Premium, we just hit, what is that, like 20 wins this week? It's only Tuesday.
Man, it's crazy, bro.
Man, who does it better than K2? I don't know.
Nobody.
Let's see. All right. And then for premium, you also get access to the K2 Premium group. So if you are in premium, you'll have access to the K2 Premium Signals channel right here. And this is where I post all of my trades. So all these trades are trades that I personally take. So you can trust these trades, fully, because I'm not going to post trades here that I'm not posting trades for whatever reason, just to post. I'm actually taking these trades. So, I have skin in the game. So I'm not going to come and post, random trades just because, it's a signal. I'm only posting trades that, I know are for sure going to win. And, if you look at our results for today, let's see. Results. All right, so these are results for the week so far. We had on Sunday we had 2 wins. On Monday we had 7 wins. We're going to make that 8 because our GCAD right there just hit TP. And then today we have about we have these trades plus I think I made like 4 or 5 trades after that. So we're technically up another 7 wins right here. So we have 2, 8, so it's about 10. And then we have about another 7. So about 17 wins. We have 17 wins and 0 losses. At that time, we were only up about 930 pips. We're probably up well over 1,000 pips already. And it's only Tuesday. And this isn't including indices. Today, we have another win for indices. We had a win yesterday for 750 pips. Again, another win for US 30 today for 1,500 pips. So, if you want to add all that up, everyone in K2 Premium is up heavily in profit right now. So if you guys aren't in Premium and you guys are missing out, it makes no difference to us if you guys want to join or not. But if you guys want to join, go ahead and join the winning team. Let's see what else we got here. So that's pretty much all you get when you're in Premium. Obviously you'll get the trade alerts. You'll have access to all the webinars, and pretty much you'll have access to me. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask anyone in Premium. I'm always available if you guys need help analyzing anything or you guys have trouble understanding any trading theories. I've been trading for over 8 years now, so I can pretty much answer basically whatever question you guys have. But yeah, that's a basic breakdown of what's included in K2 Premium. So yeah, if you need any other explanations, Dave, feel free to let me know. But I think I went over pretty much what's included in K2 Premium. So let me see what else we got here. We got so we got like 20 questions. So I'm gonna go down this real quick, guys, and then as soon as I'm done going over the questions, I can go back and answer some more. Craig just asked, have you made a detailed training video on the zone trading strategy? Oh, here, I'll do this too. So I'll show you guys what the course looks like so you guys can see. But yeah, Craig, there's been a video for the zone trading strategy for a while. I think I posted it up like 2 or 3 months ago. So it's in the course. I'll show it to you right now to show you guys. But it is available if you guys have access to the course. Pull up the course curriculum. All right, cool guys. So right here, if you guys have access to the K2 strategies course, you know, right here I have, you know, getting started tabs, pretty much how to get into the K2 Telegram groups, you know, how to get access to indicators, my watch list right here. So if you guys are wondering, you know, what trades I follow, what pairs I follow, I have my entire watch list right here. So this is my watch list if you want to trade exactly what I'm trading. Also, I have the download right here. So if you guys download this, you can just upload it straight to your trading view, and then you can trade exactly what I'm trading. Pretty much, let's see what else we got here. So I have the introduction here. If you guys are new to trading, let's go back. So if you guys are new to trading, I have the intro right here. You know, it has what is Forex, pretty much all the basics of, you know, what trading is. Also right here, I have this. This is a really good video that a lot of people like. This is the trading view tools and functions. I go over, you know, pretty much the main functions of trading view, and you know, exactly what tools I use every day to pretty much show you guys, you know, what's important and what's really not. Also, I have videos here explaining what trend lines are and how to draw trend lines. I do break down exactly how I draw them. So I give, you know, different breakdowns, manually drawing them or using the K2 indicators. Also, I explain support resistance right here. And then if you go down farther, it pretty much has a breakdown of literally everything. So I have, you know, all of the strategies right here. I have the K2 intraday strategy, the K2 momentum pullback strategy, the scalping strategy that works, you know, very well on indices if you guys like to trade that, the K2SR indicator, and then right here, Craig, if you look at the K2SR zone trading strategy, it's a pretty long video. It's a 16-minute video of me explaining, you know, exactly how to apply that strategy. So if you want to go check that out, it's available on the course. And then on top of that, you know, I have the K2 daily trading strategy. So if you guys are familiar with my daily US 30 strategy, this is an extremely accurate strategy. So if you guys want to, you know, make money just trading US 30, I trade this just once a day. And I probably make more profits than a lot of other people that trade this throughout the day. Just trading it once a day because, you know, we have an edge in the market with the K2 momentum indicator. And then on top of that, you know, I have all of the webinars here. So if you want to see all of the previous webinars like we're having right now, they're all available. Also, we have the webinars with Anes. He goes over, you know, the weekly analysis. So if you guys want to look at that, also available. And then, you know, the weekly chart analysis. And then this is the big thing here. You know, a lot of people ask for the results of K2, and then I finally put them up here so you guys can see for yourself. So if you click on this right here, I have every trade broken down here. So if you guys want to fact check my trades, you guys can see here, you know, I do have losses. People ask if we lose. Obviously we lose sometimes, but we rarely lose. So you can see there's some days where we do have some losses. But you can see here, you know, overall at the end of the week, we're almost always in profit. You know, April week 1, 229 pips. April week 2, 100 pips. Week 3, 52 pips. Week 4, 570 pips. You know, week 5, typo right there, 525 pips. So like pretty much right here, you know, for the whole month of April, you know, we have 39 wins, 13 losses. You know, we're 100% transparent here. And then I have all the results for this year. We have April, we have March, you know, right here, the indices trades, the FX trades, February, January. So if you guys want to go and see, you know, exactly what trades I took, they're all broken down here. So, you know, we're 100% transparent here at K2. You know, we're not like other trading companies where they only show wins, or, you know, they show like these crazy wins that are, you know, not realistic. Right here, I have everything broken down. So if you guys want to go back on the chart, and, you know, go to the specific time frame and see, you know, where that trade was entered, you guys can go and see that for yourself. But yeah, that's pretty much it for, you know, the course. And, you know, over time, we're still adding stuff every day. So if you guys have anything new that you guys want me to add, feel free to let me know. And, you know, I can make a video about anything. So that's pretty much it for the course. I'm going to keep going down the list, and then I'm going to see what else we got here. So we got one more question from OnePlus7T. He's asking, how much money do we need to start with to do K2 trades? So there's no specific money value that, you know, you specifically need to start trading. You could trade with anything. You could trade with, you know, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 1,000 bucks, 10,000 bucks. It's really up to you. But obviously, you know, your profits are going to reflect your account size. So, you know, here at K2, we always we always stress, proper risk management. So if you're trading with $100, I'm going to tell you to trade 3%. If you're trading $10,000, I'm going to tell you to trade 3%. I'm not going to tell you to risk your entire account to make a quick buck, because over here at K2, we're different from other trading companies, because we want to see you guys have long-term success. We don't want to see you guys have an overnight success where you guys make decent profit one day and then you lose your entire account the next day. For us, we're here trying to teach the proper way to trade, which is long-term consistent growth. If you have $100, obviously you're not going to flip that $100 to $10,000 in a week, obviously. Although some traders in our group, they're able to flip like $500 to like $2,000, $5,000. But that's only because we know what we're doing. But if you're a new trader and you don't know the basics of trading, and you don't know proper risk management, and you don't know how to control your trading emotions, then obviously I'm not going to recommend you taking huge lot sizes with such a small account. I'm always going to tell you guys 3% every time. And if you guys aren't familiar with proper risk management, basically this is like very bare bones basics of proper risk management. So how much proper risk management is going to be a 1.01 per $100, and then a 1.10 per $1,000, and then a standard lot per $10,000. So pretty much, this is proper risk management. You're going to see, I'm sure you guys have seen people where they have $100 in their account, they're taking like a 1.0, and then what happens? They blow their entire account, and then they give up on trading. The thing is, obviously you're going to make not as much money as if you would have taken a bigger lot size, but this is what you guys need to learn to be long-term, consistently profitable traders. It's all about risk management. If you guys have a legit system to trade like we do here, obviously the results speak for themselves. If you just trade properly with proper risk management, over time your account's going to grow and compound, day after day. You don't want to be stressing out and worrying that you're going to blow your account if you're taking positions that are way too big. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go back down the questions. Hope that answers your question. Quick 1+, but yeah, you can start with any amount really. It just depends how much you're looking to make. Obviously if you're trading a $100 account, you're only gonna make a couple bucks per trade. If you're trading $1,000, you're gonna make a couple bucks to $100 per trade. And obviously once you start trading a bigger account size like 10,000, you're gonna be making a couple $100 per trade. So that's my advice to trade long term and be consistently profitable. In the long run, you're gonna have to exercise proper risk management. I'm gonna keep going down. We have one more after this breakdown. Could you go over odd NZD? Yeah, so let me go down odd NZD real quick. I think that was one that I entered a little too early, so that might have been my mistake, guys. Sorry if you guys entered that trade. But yeah, this trade, I entered it a little too early. So what happened was when I entered this trade, let me pull up the signal here. This was my mistake because I was waiting for the candle to close. But the problem with that was that the signal disappeared right before the candle closed. So you can see right here, odd NZD. For this position, I called the signal once this candle, once I thought it was going to close, because I called it, and then a second later, the signal disappeared. So this would have been a valid entry for a sell because price broke this this zone right here. But so it's going to be hard for me to analyze because that candle isn't there anymore. But let me go back. Okay, so pretty much this trade was called because there was a signal here when I was analyzing it. So pretty much just imagine that there was a red signal right there. So let me I'll just draw this so it looks like it. So I'll just draw like a little makeshift signal right there. So pretty much what happened here was I was applying the K2 zone trading strategy. I was applying this strategy that I mentioned earlier. I'll just put down the requirements again just so you guys can see. All right, so pretty much right here, I was applying the K2 zone trading strategy. So first I identified a K2 signal. Earlier we did have a sell signal right here. So pretty much right here that this would have been a valid sell because it would have been something like this. And then we wanted to identify a break and close of a K2SR zone. So right here is a zone, this horizontal line right here. So price broke below this zone right here. Price was actually way down here before the candle closed. And then we were going to enter on the open of the following candle. So pretty much right here, this candle was actually down here. As you can see from the chart right here. So pretty much this vertical signal was valid. And then we entered on the close of that. But at the very last second, price just spiked upwards, and that's why it disappeared. So, you know, that was my fault right there for not waiting a little longer for price to close completely. I try to call it exactly as it closed because, you know, we've had so many signals where people aren't able to get in like right away. So pretty much that's why we made this entry. But unfortunately, since that candle didn't close, that's why I always try to emphasize, you know, waiting for confirmation, because something like this will happen where, you know, you enter too early and then price just pretty much goes the opposite direction. However, I'm not too worried about this right here because I do see that, you know, we have this strong zone right here. So if this candle right here closes below the zone, then I'm anticipating price to come on back downwards. So let me get this arrow right here. So pretty much if this closes below, I'm expecting it to pretty much shoot down here. And our TP1 is right here. So if it gets this area, some people will exit at TP1. But generally, once it reaches TP1, I recommend that you move your stop loss to TP1 just in case it shoots on backwards. So the thing is, if price breaks below the zone and you move your TP right here and your stop loss right here, then if it was to pull back, you'd have gone stopped out in profit right here for about, well, like 35 pips. And then if you wanted to keep riding it down to full TP down here, you know, you'll guarantee at least half profit, or you can move for full profit. So that's pretty much it for for AutoNZD. I still think it's going to come back down, so I wouldn't be too worried if you're in it. You know, I'm in it too, so I'm also in a bad position because I'm in this trade. But you know, we've won so many trades this week where this doesn't really matter to me. It's, you know, if it hits, then it hits. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But you know, we're pretty good for the week right now. We're
Hey Shawn, it's almost 6.
okay, cool. I'm gonna start looking up. Looking for entries right now. Let's see. Timothy said, sure would be a nice to win. Timothy said he's never been in profit. Oh, well, you found the right group, Timothy, because I think we'll be good. Let's see. Marwan's asking, hey, Marwan, can you put that question in the Q&A for GJ? And I'll go down the list. I have like 30 questions right now, so I still got to go down those. But right now, it's getting close to 6 o'clock, so I'm going to be looking for signals to put out for the 6 o'clock candle. So guys, just sit tight while I look for trades. I'll have it live right here so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at and, you know, what criteria I'm looking for when making calls for the K2 signals. And like I said earlier, I'm only applying the K2 zone trading strategy, so that's pretty much all I'm going to be applying right now. So let me go down the list real quick. Let's see, we'll start with OddCAD. So we got OddCAD right here. I'm going to enable the SRs just to see, you know, where the zones are. I'll zoom out. So there's no entry here because price is way up here. It hasn't broken a zone. So, you know, that provides for no entry on that specific pair.
Oh my Lord.
Again, right here for odd CHF, there's no entry because the zone's way down here. There's no zone that was broken, but we've made profits on both of these trades today. We had made huge profits on both of these. So we're cool with that. Same with odd JPY. It's shone so far up. We also made profits on that. Hey, Aaron, we literally made profits off all of these pairs today, it seems like.
That's crazy.
Yeah, all of the odd CAD, all of these bullish movements, we caught all of these trades. So if you guys are in premium, you know, we literally caught these from down here. So we made like 100 pips off every single pair today.
Can't
So if
go
you guys,
back.
I mean, it's crazy. And then we have odd NZD right here. Odd NZD is a weird pair because they're you know, it's the Australian dollar versus New Zealand dollar. So it doesn't move in the same direction as these because they're kind of similar. These are two very similar currencies compared to, you know, odd JPY, where the Australian dollar is being paired against the Japanese yen, or like the odd USD. So for those, you know, I'm not too worried about this going bullish because it might just come on back down. Again, right here, odd USD. I'm not sure if we call this, we might have, but we did call a lot of these trades, and we all took profit, all of them. Again, right here, I mean, there's no entries because this is just way too risky. They've been overextended way too far, and you know, it might be time for them to come back down. Right here, we have an active position for CHF JPY. We're almost at full TP for 78.7 pips, so that should be good. We'll probably hit that by London. Let's see what we got here for EA. We made profits off this too. We took a sell right here. We made, I think, 150 pips off this. I think we hit it twice, so we made a ton of profit off this pair. I know we had this, what was this, yesterday? So I mean, we had this last week where we ended up here. We made 150 profit off that, and then again right here, another 150 pips. So there's no entry right here. I'm gonna ignore that. Euro CAD, it's stuck in between the zone right here. I'm gonna avoid that because, you know, I don't like trading within the zones because price is generally manipulated around those areas. Euro CHF, this is an active trade we have right now. We're almost at TP1 right here. You can see I'm up 60 bucks on this trade. Not bad at all. You know, that's about to hit TP. So if you guys are in premium, you know, good luck to us. We're about to hit that soon. Next up, EG. Right here, you can see EG. We took this trade. This is an active trade we have at the moment. We did hit TP1 down here for about, what, 35 pips, I think. And then we're heading on down for full profit for 70 pips. So that's looking great. EJ right here. It's similar to all the other pairs. It's, you know, it's shot up like crazy. There's no zone that it broke, so there's no requirements that have been met. So we're not going to be taking that trade. Euro NZD. Aaron, did this hit TP already?
Which one? Yeah, I believe we caught that one already. I just caught that.
Let me see.
Or did I call it? Was that GN?
Yeah, I think it was yen. It's, I don't know. I don't think it's hit TP yet. It's almost. So Euro NZD. Oh wait. And did we call a second one?
I think we called one today. It was EN and GN.
I mean, so what happened to the other one? Did we call full TP on the other one?
Yeah.
Because this one only hit TP1, but it doesn't show TP. Yeah, Aaron, can you check this one? Oh, you know, I think you did a typo for that one when you put this the profit.
You said there was a typo?
Yeah, because I don't think we called full profit on that one. If you want to call it.
See, I don't think it probably didn't hit yet, bro. I don't think so. Yeah, it was. I think it was off by like a pip.
Let me go to that one real quick.
No, pound NZD hit for sure.
So this one, the TP for this TP2 was 1.76. Let me go down here real quick. I think this one might have hit.
That one hit like in like within an hour after we had caught it.
Because we only called TP1 on that. Yeah, that should hit TP a long time ago, bro. Let me see. 52 pips. Yo, Aaron, can you call that? We didn't call that one.
Which one for Euro NZD?
Yeah, Euro NZD. We hit full TP for 105 pips, but we didn't call the full TP. So this one was called on June 1. So go back and yeah, because we had a call yesterday and then we had a call today. So this is about to hit full TP for 146 pips, and then we hit TP yesterday for 105 pips. So yeah, just post the full profit results on that one, because you know we're gonna need it when we calculate the totals.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Euro NZD, we have this active right now. It's about to hit full TP right now for 146 pips. Next up, we got Euro USD. Similar with all the other pairs, there's no valid entry there. We're going to take it. Again, right here, Same situation with GA. GCAD. So yeah, a lot of you guys are still in this trade. Looks like it's moving back in profit.
Yeah, hey, Shawn told you we had posted it on it was at 7:30 a.m. on June 1st. Look at that, pretty fast. It was Euro NZD 7:30.
On the first?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. No, that was my typo. My bad. There's a space right there, that's why.
It hit like in 20 minutes. That was super fast.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's my bad. Because I had Euro NZD and it had position, but there's no space in between.
Okay, I see.
That's why I couldn't search it up. But yeah, man, we're hitting TPs nonstop this week. CTJ, GN. We have a GN that's active right now. It's about to hit full TP in a little bit. GU.
That one's looking nice.
Yeah, this is strong. You know, for the people that were complaining, it hit TP, so you guys can relax now. So that's good. That's CP1 for that one. This is NZD CAD. It's about to hit TP, full TP actually. So I'm gonna move my stop loss and profit because I don't want to. Stop loss right there. All right, let me just adjust this real quick. All right, so I guarantee profits on that. I'm good with that trade. NZD-CHF, no entry there. NZD-JPY, this is another trade that we had earlier. You know, as you can see, the K2 strategy works perfect with pretty much all conditions. Like a lot of people are having trouble trading well during the COVID conditions, but you know, we're doing pretty well here. You can see price shot up pretty nice for NZD-JPY. What else do you have here? NZD-USD, same situation. Looks like there's no entries, guys. So if you guys are in K2 Premium and you guys took the trades that I called a few hours ago, looks like they're all pretty fine. So I just sit tight for now. Let me see on NZD. This is the only one that's not good right now. And this is my fault because this wasn't a valid entry. So sorry, guys, if you guys took this trade. I know a lot of you guys shouldn't even be in this trade because it was a sell stop, and it shouldn't have filled yet. But if you guys entered market when I sent out the trade, then you know you guys might be stuck in this trade with me. But you know it's fine. I still have skin in the game, so I'm definitely hoping that it comes down. You know we're all hoping for the same thing. So I'm gonna leave that alone for now. And yeah, let me keep going down the questions. Looks like I got about 50 questions to go through. So let me just go down the list real quick. And then, you know, I'll keep answering whatever questions you guys have moving forward. So Awab is asking, what do you think of US 30 in the next month? Do you think there will be a big swing? So the thing with US 30 is that I personally don't like to predict what happens with US 30 because there's a lot of factors that come into play, you know, when it comes to the stock market. Because there's a lot of things that are affecting it right now. There's COVID, there's, you know, the protests and riots going on. You know, like a lot of people don't know what's going to happen with a lot of those businesses that are, you know, being affected by all of this. So honestly, it could literally go any way. Let me see if I could plot out the zones here. So there isn't even really a strong zone here. And if you've been following US 30 for you know the past couple months, you know US 30 isn't really following, you know, basic fundamentals. You know, it kind of does what it wants. So I'm just going to draw zones here so I could see exactly what price is pretty much rejecting from. So those are zones on the 4 hour. You're asking for next month, so you know the 4 hour is probably going to be irrelevant. If I have to look on the daily. Okay, so if I look on the daily, it's actually stuck in a heavy zoned area right here. So we do have a buy signal here, and it's breaking through the zones. So if price is to break this price point right here, let's see, this is like 2618. So 26,000 $18. So if it crosses this point right here, we can probably anticipate it to break the zone and continue upwards to the next zone. Let me go and just close these extra zones because it doesn't look like sorry, let me fix this. So it's a little cleaner. Actually, okay, so if this candle closes, this daily candle closes above this zone, then I'm gonna anticipate it to continue on upwards, because once it breaks this zone, if it's following, normal technical analysis, if it breaks that zone, then the next zone is going to be way up here. So we can probably see a bullish move continue on forward if it breaks the zone. And then this might be the next, the next consolidation zone that it'll be bouncing through for, the next couple, whoever knows how long. So it might, if it breaks the zone right here, if this closes above it, then we can probably see US 30 bouncing around the zone until it either breaks above it or breaks below it, and then it determines the direction of price. But I mean, yeah, we're not really going to know what's going to happen, because the thing is, when there's like COVID breakthroughs, with the vaccines, obviously it's going to go on up, and if it goes on up, it's going to get pushed in that direction. So I mean, unless there's some sort of catalyst that's directing price, US 30 could really go in any direction. With the riots and protests going on, if Trump says something crazy and wants to shake up the world, US 30 might come dropping down, but who knows. You can see right here, the market was heavily affected during COVID. This is when COVID started to get it started to go pretty big in the news. Like right here, March, once people started having to stay at home orders, it started to drop like insane. And then right here, it started to, recover a little bit. But, who's to say that it doesn't come back down? Like we can't determine whether there's another crazy thing that happens, within the next month or so. So, unless there's like some other pandemic or the second wave of COVID comes, then it might come on down. Or if we come out with vaccines, it could come on upwards. So, I wouldn't really analyze that far ahead unless you're swing trading US 30, which I'm pretty sure you're probably not, because it's expensive to hold this trade for days on end. Aaron, are you there?
I'm here, bro.
Euro NZD full TP if you want to check it out. Yeah, guys, if you guys followed my trade, we just hit full TP again for Euro NZD. I think this is probably like a 20th win today, or for the week. So we're about like 20 wins and up, and 0 losses for this week, guys. So if you guys were copying my trades all week, I mean, your profits are looking amazing right now. So let me keep going down the list, see what else we got here. Yeah, sure, no problem, Moab. Vic is asking, since US 30 moves so fast, is it smart to use a strategy on it? Sorry, Vic, let me go back to this. I think you're talking about the intraday strategy, and I think we discussed this before. So for me, I only apply the once a day K2 US 30 strategy. So pretty much, if you guys aren't familiar with my, sorry, let me go down all the questions, because there's a lot of US 30 questions here. Yeah, all of the strategies work on all assets. You can see right here, if you have a buy and buy, you could have, taken this trade right here. All strategies work, all of the K2 strategies work on all assets, but, depending on, what you're trading, you're not going to be able to risk a 6,000 pip, range right here. Although it's going to hit, you're going to have to survive this drawdown right here. But you can see green and green. So this would have been a valid buy. You would have locked in 6,000 pips. Again, right here, this isn't valid right here, but this is valid right here. It's green and green. So if you took that, you would have been in profit right now, probably like 4,000 pips, and this would still be active right now. And then again, right here. But yeah, these strategies do work on all assets. You can use it on US 30, you can use it on Bitcoin, you can use it on gold, oil, whatever you guys want to use it on. But obviously you have to understand how the asset moves. And you know, with US30 isn't a cheap pair to trade. So unless you have a big account, you're gonna have to be able to survive, you know, any sort of drawdown that happens. So right here, if you took this trade, it went into drawdown. Not a lot, but you know, went in drawdown about 3,000 pips. But if you hung on to it and you're able to survive this drawdown, you could have copped, you know, easy 6,170 pips right here. Again, right here, you could have copped another 6,170 pips. Again, right here. So you know, that equates to a lot of profit if you guys can handle that risk. I can even go down to the 30-minute. You know, like the strategy I was applying earlier. So if you guys are applying the 30-minute strategy that I was explaining earlier, you know, obviously green and green right here, this would be a valid buy. If you enter this buy right here, you're going to put the stop loss at the previous swing, which is this candle right here. So if you guys want to see that live, I mean, let's see. So yeah, if you guys took this trade right here, you know, using the strategy that I was explaining earlier, you can see right here, it's green and green, you entered a buy, and then you took that trade. So you'd have to survive this drawdown right here, though. That's the main problem. But if you let it run, there you go, full TP, easy as that. But if you guys are applying the daily K2 US30 strategy, the one that I apply, because it's less stressful. You know, you only trade when there's an edge in the market. And if you're applying the daily strategy, the way that I apply the strategy is I start trading immediately after the New York Stock Exchange opens. So the New York Stock Exchange opens at 6:30 a.m. my time. So right here, this is when the New York Stock Exchange opened, right? And if you're going to be using that strategy, basically what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the market to open. The market's open right here. Now what I'm doing is I'm waiting for a valid K2 signal to identify, you know, the direction of momentum. So you can see right here, you know, we had a buy signal and it was a valid entry, and then it shot on upwards. And this worked perfectly because this is on London Open. So it's similar to how I'm applying it here for US Open. This is going to be London Open. So pretty much right here, this is the New York Open. What we're doing is we're waiting for a K2 signal to appear. So I'll just put the requirements right here so you guys can see. It's super simple. If you guys have seen the strategy video, I have the strategy video on the course too, and it explains exactly how I apply the strategy. And this strategy works perfectly fine, you know, under any market conditions. So this is the daily K2 US30 trading strategy. So one, start looking after New York Stock Exchange open, which is 6:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. And then next, take the first valid K2 entry. Oh no, identify the first valid K2 entry. And then next up, you're gonna enter on open of following candle. And then let's see, next up, minimum stop loss is 1,500 pips. And then it's going to be in intervals of 500. So this strategy is really easy. So if you guys just want to trade one strategy, this would be perfectly fine. So you're only going to be using the K2 momentum indicator. We're not using the K2 trend meter on this strategy because we're trading strictly off momentum. And this goes back to the Shawn's comment earlier when he was mentioning that it wasn't a valid signal because we're only taking valid signals. So I'm going to show you right here what he means by that. So right now we're going to start looking for trades after the New York Stock Exchange open, which is 6:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. So as you can see right here, this is going to be 6:30 a.m. right here. So the New York Stock Exchange just opened. Now we're waiting for a valid K2 signal to enter a trade. So let's move on forward. Okay, right here, this is an invalid signal. And the reason why the signal is invalid is because we have a sell signal here, but it's a bullish candle. So right here, this would be a valid sell signal because it's a bearish candle with a sell signal. So you can see price came down after that momentum swing occurred. again, right here, this is a valid buy signal because it's a buy signal with a bullish candle. So you can see right here, price retraced a little bit and then it shot on up. Right here, this would be an invalid sell signal because this is a sell signal, but it's with a bullish candle. So basically, in order for it to be valid, it's gonna have to match. So it'll have to be red and red or green and green. This is red and green, so this is invalid. So we're gonna be skipping this candle right here. Okay, and then right here, this would be a valid signal because it is green and green. So it's a buy signal with a bullish candle. So this is valid. This provides for a valid entry because we started looking for entries after the New York Stock Exchange opened at 6:30. So that's requirement 1 met. Number 2, we're going to identify the first valid K2 entry. Let's change that to signal. So right here, we have a valid K2 signal because it's a buy with a bullish candle. So those first 2 requirements are met. Next up, we're going to enter on the open of the following candle. So we're going to put a long position right here as this open. And then this is pretty much the setup. Next up, we're going to put our stop loss at the previous swing, which is right here. It'll be this red candle right here. But it's only 947 pips. You know, the minimum that we set stop loss to is going to be 1,500 pips. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust that to 1,500 pips. And then there we go. We have that set up right there. And then once we have that set up, we let the trade run. And there you go. Profit target, guys. Easy as that. So if you guys like trading US 30, you know, you can apply this strategy. You just apply it once a day, and you can make some amazing profits just trading this. You know, 1,500 pips of US 30 is equivalent to like double that of Forex pairs, you know? So this can make you a lot of money if you just want to trade this and you just want to trade once a day, and you know, you don't want to have to worry about watching the charts all day, and you just want to, you know, take your trade and then call it a day, pretty much count your profits from there, and then do the same thing again tomorrow. And if you guys are following this strategy, let me see, I have my results here. So I mean, you guys are gonna you guys are probably not gonna believe these results because they're so crazy. Like we literally win every time. So okay, so let me go to the US 30 strategy. Okay, so right here, this is the only strategy that I use for indices during the month of May. And you can see here, May week 1, I had 4 wins, 0 losses. I made 7,500 pips. May week 2, I took 5 wins, 1 loss. I locked in 10,250 pips. May week 3, I had 3 wins, 1 loss. I locked in 4,000 pips. And this is just taking this one US 30 strategy once a day. Again, right here, May 4th, I had 3 wins, 0 losses, locked in 4,250 pips. And then again, we closed out the week right here, May week 5. I don't think we took any US 30 trades that week, or I don't even think that was just added in there. So pretty much for the month of May, I had 14 wins and only 2 losses trading the daily US 30 strategy, locking in 26,000 pips. So if you're trading standard lot, you know, that's an insane amount that you could have profited just taking this trade once a day. 260,000 in a month, that's insane. You know, if you're trading a smaller lot size, a 0.10, you could have locked in 26,000 for the month. And then if you took the bare minimum, a 0.01 micro lot, you could have locked in 2,600 pips, just taking 1 trade a day. So literally you take 14 trades, 16 trades total, 14 wins, 2 losses, you know, just trading once a day in the morning, you could have locked in, you know, these kind of profits. And you know, that pretty much pays for your K2 subscription for like the rest of your life. So yeah, if you guys like trading US 30, I mean, you know, this is an easy strategy you can learn, and it's not very difficult at all. But okay, let me keep going down the list, guys. CT said GN needs to drop. Let me put GN real quick. I think I have that active too. Let's see. I'll text this. Yeah, we do have an active GN. Oh yeah, wow, look at that trade. So we're in this trade right now. We're about to hit full TP for 150 pips. So if you guys are in premium, you know, you guys are gonna make a lot of money off that trade. Happy for you guys, happy for me, happy for everyone. Let's keep going down. Miguel's asking if the strategy works on US 30. So yeah, all K2 strategies work on all assets. It's just, for certain pairs, you're just gonna have to make a little small tweaks, but I do have those explained in the course. There's an anonymous attendee that's asking, how do I access the vertical line? So in order to access the K2 indicators, you're gonna have to have an active subscription with K2. And you can do that by going on our website. I think I still have it here. So yeah, if you go to our website, the K2 Trades website, k2trades.com. You just go to click this right here to open the K2 strategy course page. And then once it opens up, this will come up, and then you just click enroll in course, and then you can sign up for your access right here. Let me see what else we got here. Someone else asked about odd NZD. I'm not sure if you were here earlier, but we went over that a couple times. Dave's asking, do you post K2 alert? Do you post on K2 alerts? Yeah, we do. So if you look at the K2 alerts, we haven't been posting a lot lately because we've been hitting TP way too fast. And by the time I share the trade with you guys, we already hit TP. So obviously I'm not going to share with you guys if it's hitting TP already, because the problem with that is you guys are going to enter the trade too late, or we're already going to be out of the trade, and I don't want you guys entering the trade too late where end up losing or whatnot. But we do post trades here. So these are all the results because obviously everyone's winning in K2. So I mean, it's flooded with the results, but let's see. There's a ton of results here. Let me see if I can. So we literally everyone's winning in K2. So all we have here are results from everybody. Okay, so yeah, so you can see right here on the K2 alerts page, I still do post signals here, but they're forwards from the premium signals group. So the thing is, if you want these trades real time, like as I take them, so when I take these trades, I pull out the signals. If you want them real time, you're gonna have to subscribe to K2 Premium. So if you're in K2 Premium, like we have right here, you get these trades real time. So as soon as I post these, as soon as I take the trades, I post them here. So they're posted exactly when I take them. However, if you're in the free group, then you're going to get these a little delayed. So these are going to come in the free group, an hour or 2 hours later. And the reason for that is because people pay to be in premium. So if you want to, if you're willing to invest $50 to, to better your results in trading by copying my trades exactly how I take them, then I recommend you invest into subscription to K2, because in reality, if you think about it, $50 is what's $50? It's nothing. Look at every trade that we post. Like, if you took one of our trades, you would have locked in, $75, $750, and I break these down by, each value per pair. So if I go to, so if you're just taking the trades that I shared this week, let's see, current rates results. Yeah, so if you took every trade I took that I shared this week, you would have made $93 and then $75 off indices. So that would have paid for your whole subscription, just taking my trades for 2 days, actually. It's not even a week. So if you took my trades from Sunday, May 31st, Monday, June 1st, and then June 2nd, today, you would have made well over $100. That would have covered your subscription easily. So, I mean, if $50 is your problem, then, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, because you would have made that money back in 2 days. And that's the bare minimum. That's if you're trading a 0.01. If you're trading more, you're gonna make like $900. You're gonna make $9,000. So it's really up to you whether you want to make an investment in yourself to copy my trades or not. But yeah, so that's pretty much the the free alerts group. Let me see what else we got here. Anonymous attendee, is 1 to 30 leverage good for a beginner? Yeah, so I only recommend US regulated brokers like Forex.com, and they enforce a 1 to 30 leverage. The thing with offshore brokers and with a lot of new traders, they everyone gets lured into these 1 to 500, 1 to 200 leverage. But the problem with that is you're able to blow your account with like one trade. A lot of other traders don't realize that it's all about risk management. And the thing is, they try to flip their account overnight, and then they end up losing all of their money the next day. So yeah, if you do have 1 to 30 leverage, know, obviously you're not going to make a lot of money because you don't have, you know, high margin if you're trading on a small account. But, you know, it's going to teach you proper risk management so that when you do have money in the account, you'll be able to, you'll pretty much be able to freaking grow that account and compound it over time. So yeah, if you do have 1/30 leverage, I think that's perfectly fine. I actually recommend it. So if you're able to do that and you don't mind, you know, stacking small profits for the time being, then I think you're perfectly fine just using that. Let's see. Gerald's here. So Gerald said, so when I pay, I get signals like indices and Forex pairs as well as your course, right? Yeah, so, well, not when you pay for signals. So there's two different options. You know, if you sign up for the course, then you're gonna get everything. You're gonna get the strategy videos for all the K2 strategies, all the K2 indicators, and for the K2 premium groups. However, if you're only gonna be signing up for the signals, that's all you're gonna get. You're gonna get access to the premium chat and the premium signals. But if you want access to, you know, the full course with the indicators, then you're gonna have to sign up for the strategy subscription because they're totally different. So you can see here, this is just the strategy subscription. You're gonna have access to all the K2 premium groups, and then you'll get, you know, access to my trades as I take them. But if you're subscribing to the strategy, you're gonna get a lot more. You're gonna get access to the K2 indicators, and you're gonna get access to all of the K2 strategy course videos. So those are the two main differences. We do have the trial going on. So if you guys want to try everything and you guys are a new member, just go to our website, k2trades.com, scroll down to the bottom. And as you scroll down to the bottom, we have a $50 trial right here. So for the first month, you'll get $100 off. So that's a huge discount. So instead of just paying 50 bucks for, you know, the signals, you can pay 50 bucks and you can get everything. You can get access to all the strategies, all the K2 indicators, and all the K2 premium groups. So I think this would be a better option if you're you know, if you want to try everything out. And if you guys don't like it, you guys can cancel anytime. You know, there's no contract, there's no requirement to stay in the program for X amount of months. You can just try it for a month, see if it's for you, which I'm pretty sure you will. And then, you know, you can continue your subscription or you can switch back to these signals only. So it's really up to you on what you're looking for. But I do recommend you try out the trial first. That way you can have access to pretty much everything. Yeah, and on top of that, you also have access to me. So if you have any questions, you know, and you want to have a one-on-one session with me, you want to learn how to trade exactly like I do and make, you know, all these crazy profits, then, you know, I'm available as well. So that's a quick breakdown as to, you know, what you'll have access to. Let's see, we got Dion right here. Dion's asking a bit off topic, but I'm digging and I can't find what's going on with GBP. This is insane. Did you find anything? So personally, I have no idea. I didn't even know there's anything going on with GBP. Let's see. Spencer said, I'm on the trial, and if I want to move it to the monthly or yearly, do I just hit you up about it? Hey, Spencer. So when you signed up to the trial, it's set on auto bill. So once your month ends, it's going to convert to the monthly subscription. But if you do want to do the yearly, then you can just cancel your subscription that you currently have and then just resubscribe for the annual subscription. And if you do the annual subscription, so you can see here, the normal monthly subscription for K2 is $150 a month. But if you do the annual, it's going to come down to $100 a month, but you're going to be paying in bulk. So instead of paying $150 a month, you're going to pay $1,200 all together. So if you click on this, and that's pretty much what James did. So James, he did the year during our last webinar. And then, you know, you just pay the bulk sum all at once, and then you pretty much get the discount for the year. Instead of paying $150 a month, you're technically only paying $100 a month. But yeah, Dion, I'm not sure what's going on with the British pound, but I mean, it's working in our favor, so I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm just going to let it keep going. So, I mean, it's weird because GU is going up. Hey, Aaron, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Another TP, man. Right here. It's KW. Man, I'm getting tired of calling TPs, guys. Like,
Yeah.
man, like literally every 10 minutes we got a full TP. Let's see how much profit we got on that, guys. Man, oh, look at that, guys. 54.5 pips. Damn.
Oh, man. Full TP. Let's get it. How much you make? Like $60, bro?
Something like that. I'm on my stop loss right here.
You should let that around, bro.
Yeah, fuck, I'm just gonna close it. Oh, God. Damn, dude, it's not fucking whatever.
That happens, bro.
I'm gonna take it. There we go.
Take your money. Oh, now shooting up.
Today, look at that. 54.5. So if you took out the standard lot, you would have made 545 bucks off that trade. It's only been like a couple hours too. Congrats team. If you guys took that trade, we're killing it, man. Josh is asking if I can look at GCAD. So yeah, GCAD right here. This is the position from yesterday, I think. So let's see. Yeah, so we took this trade off this entry right here, this candle right here, and then it just reversed. This was because Trump, I forgot what he did. Oh, he was like, he said he was gonna do that executive order against all the big companies, and then it ended up affecting this. Not just that announcement, but Trump said a lot of things on that day. So this was on the 1st yesterday. He said he was gonna impose restrictions on China, and he just pretty much was talking about a lot of things. And when he said that, he caused this huge candle to shoot downwards. So what happened was during this entire day, price was just correcting on upwards. So Josh, we do have a buy signal right here. So our the bias is that momentum is going to be swinging upwards, Josh. So if this candle closes above this zone right here, then we can very well see this shooting on upwards. Triggering our TP and even further. So if you guys are still in this trade, just hang on tight because we're doing pretty well right here. This is a big move up from where we were earlier. So if I measure from where it was this morning, we literally made it up 100 pips already. So just hang on. It's going to keep on going up, I believe. But once it moves into profit, I do recommend you move your stop loss up because it's been moving up for a while. We can't really determine how long it's going to keep going up. So if you guys are on this trade, yeah, as soon as it moves into profit, I would move your stop loss up. OnePlus is asking about odd NZD. So I did look at that earlier. We're still in this trade. I think it's going to come back down. I mean, I've analyzed this like 4 times already. So it's the same analysis. I'm in a sell, so I'm not going to go against my trade. But if we do get a sell signal, then I'm going to anticipate it to come on down. But this candle doesn't close for another 3 hours, so it's going to take some time before anything happens with that with this pair. So probably in the next couple hours, I'll give another analysis on this. But right now, I'm still seeing this as a sell, even though it's in an uptrend. Let's see what else we got. Anonymous attendee, he's asking, what pairs do you trade with? So you can see right here on my watch list, these are all my pairs. I don't follow anything specific. These are just, the high probability trades. So I pretty much, ran through the probability of running the K2 strategy on all of these pairs, and these pairs have the highest probability of winning. And if you have access to the K2 course, which you should because it's free, if you guys don't have access to the K2 course, you just go here and click your unlock your free trial, and then it'll take you to the page right here where you can enroll for free. You're gonna have an intro as to what Forex is and how the K2 strategies are applied, but you won't have access to the K2 premium groups or the K2 indicators. But yeah, if you look right here, this is the course. So once you get in the course, there'll be a module right here that says K2 watch list. It'll have all my pairs right here. And then this is pretty much going to be, all the pairs that I trade. So if you want to copy these, you could. I also provide a downloadable watch list right here where you can just download it, and then you could upload it to TradingView so you can copy exactly what I'm looking at. Kem's asking, my God, GN is not looking good. I mean, AN. Yeah, no, like I said, I entered that trade a little too early. That was my fault. But you know, I'm gonna hang on to it. Like, you know, it's probably gonna come on down. And if it doesn't, then it's, you know, it's fine. We're still up like what, 1,200, 1,300 pips for the, I'm not 1,200. Actually, yeah, we're up like 1,200 or 1,300 pips for the week. So, you know, what's 60 pips gonna do? It's not gonna hurt very much. So I'm gonna leave that up, and then just gonna see how that plays out. Oh, it's the anonymous attendee. Are there specific times you trade US 30? So I usually trade US 30 in the morning. You know, going back to my daily US 30 strategy, I only trade it during the New York Stock Exchange hours. So if I go to US 30 right now, so pretty much the time frame that I do trade US 30 is going to be from 6:30 until market close. Or if I'm still in a trade, I'll hold on to it for a little longer. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Aaron, you there?
Sir.
Another TP. Let's go. Full TP, guys. And all right, so yeah, pretty much when I do trade US 30, I only trade it during the New York Stock Exchange hours. So I trade it from 6:30, which is right here, until market close, which is around 14 right here. So 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. my time. So this time every day. I don't trade outside of it. You could trade, you know, pre-market or after hours, but personally, I just don't trade it because there's really no point in taking, you know, that unnecessary risk to trade when there's no edge. The reason why I trade during this time is because there's high volatility. You know, this is when everyone's trading the U.S. stock market, and obviously you want to trade when there's volatility in the market because you don't want to be stuck in trades where, you know, price is going to be consolidating, going sideways during after hours. So you can see right here. This is a clear example. So the market closed like somewhere around here, and it pretty much just consolidates for a while, and then drops a little bit, and then after that consolidates again down here. You know, it's just straight consolidation. You don't really have an edge during that time, and that's why I only trade during New York Stock Exchange hours. So and this is a time that I wouldn't be trading US 30. Although you can trade during this time, like you can catch like this move right here. Well, this is only because this is on London Open. So you see this move right here happened at midnight. So this is when the London market opened. Same thing with the New York Stock Exchange. Like right here, you know, there's a lot of movement because the New York Stock Exchange is open. So the best times to trade it really would probably be London and New York, because you can see right here in between the time periods. So from basically 4 a.m. until market open for US, it slows down, consolidates a little bit. But if you're trading during the New York Stock Exchange, so again right here, so 6:30 is so this was caused because there was COVID news that was coming out on Monday. There's COVID news with regard to the vaccination. So right here, 6:30, you know, you can see there's a huge movement that happened right here during the New York Stock Exchange. And that's why I recommend trading it during, you know, times when there's actually stuff going on. Because if you trade it right here, there's not really much going on. It's just, you know, market's kind of flat. But yeah, I hope that answered your question about US 30. I would just stick to the New York Stock Exchange time because that's usually the busiest time it's traded. Timothy said, when the signal comes out, how much time allowed before getting on into a trade? So Timothy, it's going to depend on the time and the pair. So if you're trading Asia session, so if I'm giving out a signal right now at 6 o'clock or 10 p.m., you know, it's going to be easier for you to get into trades because the market's moving very slow. However, if I'm sending, you know, if I'm sending signals at 2 a.m. where, you know, London just opened, or 6 a.m. when the New York session just opened, it's going to be harder for you to get into those trades because, you know, market's moving so fast. Like I was saying here, let's see, like 6:30. So 6:30 was right here. This is when the New York Stock Exchange opened, and look how much it moved. So from market open until an hour later, it moved like 2,000 pips. So if I'm giving you a signal during, you know, when the market just opens for the New York Stock Exchange, you know, you're gonna have to act quick on that. You probably might have to just enter market. However, if I'm sending you a trade that's, you know, in the afternoon, so say 6 p.m. 6 p.m. would be right here at 1800. So here's 1800 right here. You can see that, you know, it's a huge difference. Right here, it's barely moving like 700 pips. Over here, it moved like 3,000 pips. So depending on the time that, you know, you're entering the trade, you know, market volatility is going to take, you know, a role in whether you're going to have more time or less time to take my trades or not. So yeah, I hope to answer your question for, you know, time between trades. Let's see. Vic is asking, trading long-term 4-hour, do I need to change settings on the indicator? So I wouldn't change any settings on the vertical indicator. You know, those are fine-tuned to, you know, perfect, like the exact settings that needs to be set to identify, you know, perfect swings in momentum. However, you can change them if you want. If you want to play around with them, you know, feel free. You just go to the indicator. And then you can set them to, you know, whatever settings you want to play with. However, I would just leave this alone because this works perfectly fine for me. As for the trend meter below, you can change these settings depending on how you're trading. So right now I have the intraday settings, which is 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. So I can see, you know, the direction of price for the day. However, if you're going to be scalping, obviously you want to go in the short time frame. So if you're going to scalp, you can go on the, you know, 1 minute, 5 minute, 30 minute, or even lower, 15 minute, and then 30 minute. And then this is how you'll be able to see what the overall trend is on these 4 different time frames. So if you're scalping, you want to know what the, you know, what the short-term trend is, and then you can see by changing these options right here. However, if you're trading intraday, you're going to want to know how price is going to be moving for the entire day. So you can probably change that to 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour, and that's how I like it. And then if you're going to be swing trading, you can change that to something higher, like daily, weekly, monthly, etc. So it's really just going to depend on what you're trading and, you know, what you're looking for. But those are the settings that you can change for the trend meter. This is probably the only indicator that should really be changing. However, I wouldn't even change it to that extent because, you know, unless you're going to be looking for something very specific, the intraday trend is going to be perfect for you because you want to know how price is going to be moving, you know, 24 hours out. Because, you know, due to the current market conditions, if price is moving too slow, then you're probably going to want to stick to the overall trend for the day. Lastly, the K2SR indicator, you can change these settings depending on, you know, your preference. What I do change them to is, so right here, generally the bar lines are at 100, but I don't like them at 100 because you can see here, you can see that the lines don't connect throughout the entire chart. So you're going to miss out on areas where price can be rejecting from, you know, later on in time. So in order to change that, I changed the line's length to 500 lines. So that way it goes out from, so it's, you can see the zone started right here. It's going to go out 500 candles forward. So that way you can see exactly where price is going to be rejecting from, you know, days, if not weeks from now. And this will give you a better understanding to avoid certain trades. Like say you were taking a buy right here. You see that it's getting close to a zone, you're not going to take another buy because obviously, you know, price is probably going to reject off it like it did right here. Sorry, guys. And then again right here. So pretty much, you know, those are the only settings that I really change. Otherwise, you know, everything is pretty much fine as it is. Let's see what else we got here. OnePlus is asking if odd NZD is still valid. Yeah, it's still valid. I'm still in it. Josh is asking, Shawn, those zones, is that new, the colored zones? So Josh, what I mentioned earlier was those colored zones, pretty much what I do is I just set up the K2SR indicator. So I'll set it up like that. And then I'll draw those zones where it's closest to price. So let me change my settings real quick on the zones. All right, so what I do is I'll draw rectangles over the zones to clean up the chart. So you can see right here, the K2SR zone is right here. I'll just take out the rectangle tool. and then I'll draw over it. That way I can hide the indicator and it looks a lot cleaner that way. Let's see, James. James is asking, hey, Shawn, did I miss something? Maybe I placed it wrong. Let's see, James, do you have a, I'm not sure what you're referring to. If you're referring to one of the trades, maybe hit up Aaron, because Aaron's free to talk right now, so he could probably answer your question if you have, you know, something specific. But I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm assuming it's one of the trades. Let's see, anonymous attendees asking, what's the timing range in which you place trades? So, like I said earlier, I only trade on the 4 hour right now. And the 4 hour candle closes at 2 a.m., 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. My time. So pretty much those are the only times that I trade, because, you know, obviously I wait for the candle to close before I, you know, determine an entry. But if you're referring to, you know, how long do I hold trades? I usually don't like holding in trades more than a day. But due to the current market conditions, you know, sometimes market gets really slow. And if it's really slow, then I'm going to have to hold it for a couple days in some instances. But generally, I like to get in and out of trades within a day or so. James is asking NZD odd. I don't think NZD odd is a pair, James. I think you might have gotten that mixed up. So I think you're talking about odd NZD. Okay. So you had those mixed up. So yeah, see, a lot of people were worried about odd NZD, but look what happened. It came right back down. You know, just trust the process, because, you know, obviously if I didn't think this was coming down, I wouldn't have called it. So I would just be patient, because I think it's going to come down. So I'm not going to exit out of this trade. I'm just going to let it play out. Even though I entered it early, I still think it's coming down, because the thing is, we have a buy momentum signal right here. And since we have a buy momentum signal, the next signal is going to be a sell. So once we have that sell signal, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to come shooting down.
Yes, sir.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about odd NZD. I know everyone's tripping out about it. I think we have like 10 last thing. You know, if I'm holding odd NZD, and you can see right here, I have an active position. I'm hanging on to it. So if you guys are worried about it, you know, I'm in the same boat. So if you want to ride this ride with me, then, you know, ride it. If you guys are too worried, then, you know, feel free to exit the trade. But I do think it's going to come on down. Let's see what else we got here. Marwan's asking GJ analysis at key level. So let me pull up GJ real quick. So the problem with GJ is it's overextended, bro. It's way too far out. So it's going to be hard to really analyze, you know, where it's going to be rejecting from, especially on the 4 hour, because there's no zones up here. So let me go on the higher time frames. Maybe the 8 hour will have a zone up there. Still no zone. There's a zone down here, but there's nothing right there showing that, you know, there's a resistance for it to come back down. Even on the daily, if you look at the daily chart, there's literally no zone to stop it. You know, although it might come back down a little bit, because like I said, it looks super overextended. It's been pushed up way too high. So let's go back to the 4 hour real quick. So obviously I wouldn't go against the trade, because this looks like a very bullish move. It's going to keep on going up unless something happens, because, you know, as you know, JPY is a safe haven currency. So, you know, if something happens in the world that causes people to put their money in, you know, JPY, then you can expect it to come down. But if we're analyzing it just with regard to technical analysis, there's literally no resistance in sight. This resistance is way up here, bro. So if you're looking at this, you know, it's got a long way to go. It's got like 288 pips to go until it reaches the next zone. So the thing is, you know, unless this comes back down, which it might, looks like it's coming down right here. It might come down and then, you know, complete a break and retest, because right here it broke this resistance, came back down. You know, it'll retest this zone before it shoots on upwards. That's probably what I see happening right there. But there's no mean, there's no catalyst telling me that it's going to come down that heavy. Like it might come down and test this support area, but let's see how far is it from there. I mean, it's got some time. It's got like 77 pips. So the thing is, it's got some space and cushion to come on down. However, I think long term it's going to keep on going upwards until something crazy happens in the world that causes people to put the money in the JPY. Like there's some type of China news going on, or some crazy COVID thing going on, then maybe. But other than that, if nothing like that happens, then you can expect this to keep on going on upwards because there's no resistance up here. And if you look back, at previous results, you can see price moves from zone to zone. So right here it came down, this zone it came on up, and then from this zone it came on down. So you can see right here it broke this zone again. So what happened here is it probably came on up. It's probably going to come down to test this zone right here, and then after it tests this zone, you can anticipate it to shoot on up. So this is probably what's going to happen. So if you're in that trade, I would be careful because there's really no, it's pretty much out in the open. It can do whatever it wants until it establishes a new resistance. So the thing is, if it establishes a resistance right here, which it might, then this is something that you'll want to look out for, because the thing is, like I said here, if it comes down, test the zone, it might go range bound for a while until it breaks out of it. So if it goes range bound, then price could either continue on upwards or break the range down this way. But who knows? Like I would only take GJ if there's some catalyst telling you the direction of price, or if you see some type of rejection. However, if it does reject off this point right here, then it might come down and test this this lower zone. But yeah, that's pretty much what I see for GJ right now. Actually, okay, sorry, I just saw the rest of your question, Marlon. So you said key level was 137. I don't think 137 is really a key level. I think yeah, it's a whole number, but I don't really fall into that whole whole number is considered a key level just because it's a whole number. I know a lot of people do trade off the whole numbers, but price already broke that so broke, and then it also rejected off it. So, I mean, it could really depend. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure where you got that key level from. I'm not sure if you're just identifying it as a key level because it's a whole number, or if someone told you that that's specific key level. But looking at the K2SR, I didn't see any levels around this zone. So, from my perspective, I don't really see it as a key level, aside from it being a whole number. So, I could be wrong. Who knows? But like I said, it's probably going to come down, test the support, and they come back up. But yeah, there goes GJ. Let's see, Spencer is asking, can I use that same strategy for gold? Yeah, you could, depending on which one you're talking about. If you're talking about the intraday strategy, I can just pull it up right now so we can see. I know it works sometimes. I've used it in the past, but it doesn't always work. So I wouldn't depend on it 100%. And Spencer made a good find this morning too. Me and Spencer talked this morning. I'm not gonna give out your secret that we talked about. The pair you were looking at. But Spencer made a huge discovery with a specific pair where the K2 strategy was just hitting like crazy. Literally, it was like for a whole 3-4 months. It literally could have been back to back wins. But yeah, I'm not gonna give out that pair because obviously that's your pair. Yeah, pretty much. So for applying the strategy where you match the the K2 original strategy, where you match the trend meter with the momentum swing, you can see right here it's green and green. And then if you enter this trade right here, obviously it would work for like what is this, 360 pips. And then if we go on the lower time frame, like 30-minute, you can see here the strategy works as well. So we have red and red right here. You enter a sell, and it works perfectly right there. So this is the intraday strategy. It works perfectly right there. Again, if you're applying the other strategies with the K2, let me see. Okay, so the first strategy is the intraday strategy. So for the intraday, the K2 intraday strategy, basically what you're doing is you're on the 30-minute, and then you're trying to match these colors. You want to make sure it's red and red. You enter a sell. So you enter this right here, perfect win right there. So that's one strategy. Next strategy is the K2 Momentum Pullback. So the strategy is pretty much the same thing. It's just different entry points. So if we're applying that strategy right there on gold, what we're doing for that strategy, it's the same thing where you want to match, but it's the opposite. So instead of matching red and red, you want to match opposite, so green and red. So if you have green and red right here, you're going to enter a sell in the direction of the trend at the low of that candle. So you enter a sell right here, and if you took that trade, another win again right here for what, 83 pips. So right here, 83 pips, using two different K2 strategies. These are totally different strategies. And then let's see what else we got here. And then the K2 zone trading strategy, it works on this too. So if we go to the 4-hour, and then I put on the zones. Okay, so right here, we got a buy signal, and then if you guys remember the strategy, we look for the direction of price, which is right here. It's going up, and then you see price break the zone right here, right? Correct? So once you see that, you're going to enter on the close of that candle right here, and then you would have locked in another 200 pips. So that's 3 different K2 strategies right there that I just applied, you know, right in front of you guys, and they all hit full TP easily. So going back to that, we have, you know, the intraday strategy for gold, not for gold, but this works for all assets. You could trade this on crypto, you know, commodities, stocks, options, whatever you guys want to trade. That's the intraday strategy. You know, gold hit full TP on that. The momentum strategy, full TP. The K2 zone trading strategy, another full TP. You know, let's try scalping. Okay, you guys want to see scalping? Pretty much do the same thing, but on the shorter time frame. So if you go on the 5-minute, and then you enter this trade right here, we got a buy and a buy right there. Full TP would have won 47.3 pips. So I mean, I showed you guys live. I didn't plan this out because, you know, I didn't know Spencer was going to ask about gold. But you saw me apply 4 different K2 strategies, and they all hit full TP easily on one asset, on gold. So, you know, it doesn't matter whatever you want to trade. You know, if you have access to the K2 strategy, you could win at literally anything. It's as easy as that. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep going down the questions. So I hope that answers your question, Spencer. See, next we have an anonymous attendees asking if I trade NFP. So I used to trade NFP when I was, you know, just getting started trading, and I used to trade news. But now I just avoid news and NFP completely. Reason for that is because it's literally a gamble. Like there's no way you can predict the direction of NFP. You know, like last month, you know, obviously the NFP data was obviously really bad because of COVID during March. However, you know, price spiked, price went in the opposite direction. So a lot of people were banking on it going, you know, going bad, but it ended up stopping a lot of people out because it did the complete opposite. Also for the prior month, you know, a lot of people thought it was gonna be bad too because that was also affected by COVID. But the problem with that was, you know, a lot of people knew. So instead of pushing price in a certain direction, all it did was it just made it flat and it just moved sideways like a normal pair. So that's, you know, those are the main reasons why I don't trade during news or NFP. Mostly because, you know, it's a breeding ground for high manipulation. You know, it gives institutions and big banks a reason to spike prices in certain areas because they know that a lot of people are waiting for that. And the problem with that is a lot of people will get faked out. They'll go in one direction, they'll think they'll win, and then the bank comes around and whipsaws price around both directions, you know, stopping everyone out. So yeah, that's pretty much you know, my my explanation as to why I don't trade NFP or news anymore. Josh is asking if I think he was asking if INDICES was still valid. Yeah, I think it still is. Let me go over here. Yeah, it still looks good to me, Josh. So INDICES it's coming down. Once it breaks the zone right here, I think it's going to come down further and then move into profit. So I wouldn't worry too much if you're still in that trade. Gerald's asking, sorry, but can you go back on your laptop? I'm sorry, but can you go back on your laptop and show me exactly what I clicked for everything, your signals, education, indicators? Yeah, sure. Hey, Gerald, sorry about that. So let me go back over here. This is the website. So basically what you do is you'll just go to our website, k2trades.com. I'll make this full so you can see. And then once you go on our website, just scroll all the way to the bottom. And once you get to the bottom over here, you'll see the $50 trial. So if you click this right here, you know, it'll take you to the checkout page. And then once it loads, you'll see right here, it'll say $100 off. So normally it's $150 a month, but right here you get $100 off. And it's only 50 bucks for the first month. And then you pretty much just put your information right there and then you're good to go. Let's see what else we got here. Gerald's asking, why don't you trade US30 during London session? I would, but I need to sleep. So that's probably the main thing. You know, if I was awake during that time, then yeah, I would definitely trade US30 during London session. But you know, I prefer to trade US sessions. So what I do is I just sleep during London session, and then I wake up for New York to trade it. But you know, if you're nocturnal and you don't sleep, or you could sleep, if you sleep during the day, then you can trade both sessions. Like it's really up to you. Personally, I would do that, but you know, I value my health now, so I kind of want to get some sleep in instead of, you know, staying up and trading all day. Because the thing is, you know, as you can see, the strategy works perfectly fine. So if you're trading this consistently every day, you know, there's no need for you to get greedy and trade 24 hours. I know it's addicting. I've been in that position where I scalp. You know, I used to scalp US30 all the time. And you know, I'd make a ton of money trading that, but you know, over time, it takes a toll on your body and on your mind. So, you know, at this point, I prefer to trade on the 4-hour where it's less stressful, and I kind of just set the trade and forget about it. So hope that answered your question. Let's see what else we got here. Gerald's asking, okay, cool. You answered my US30 question before you even got to it. Awesome. One more. Gerald is asking, do you trade other indices other than US30 or just US30? And what do you think your accuracy is with your trading indices? So US30 specifically, I think it's very accurate. I don't trade any other indices though, so I can't really say for, you know, S&P or NASDAQ, but the strategy works perfectly fine on those assets too. So there's other people in the group. So once you join Premium, you know, go ahead and pop your question in the Premium chat. There's a lot of people there that that trade, you know, the K2 strategy on S&P or NASDAQ. So if those are the two different indices that you like to trade, or if you like to trade the DAX, you know, they all move kind of similar. So you can trade the same strategy on any of those. So it's really up to you. But personally, myself, I think that my US30 strategy is very accurate. But I can't really say the same for, you know, other indices because I personally don't trade them. And the reason for that is because I'm still focused on Forex. So I make, you know, I make decent profit off US30, which is fine. I do that once a day. And then the rest of my time is focused on Forex. So that's, I mean, that's a short answer to your question. But yeah, pretty much. I mean, you don't need to trade, you know, so many pairs. You just need to focus on things that you're good at. Like I'm good at US30, so I focus on US30, and I'm good at Forex overall. So I focus on those two. But you know, if indices are your strong point, then yeah, that'd be awesome if you could lock in all of the indices. But it just really wouldn't make sense if, you know, trading other indices if you're already good at the US30, since US30 pays out, you know, sort of the most. and it has the highest volatility for the most part. So that's why I prefer to trade that aside from other indices. If you guys are still in odd NZD, it's looking great right now. So I don't know if Josh is still here, but it's looking pretty good. It's coming back down. So I think once we get a sell signal, I think we'll be in the clear, and then we can take a breather from there. But let's see. Do I have any other questions? I have one more question. Josh wants us to check out GCAD. So let me pull up GCAD real quick. Or I think I looked at that, but I'll look at it again. So audience ZD is looking good so far if you guys are still in it. Let me just go down all of our active pairs. I just want to go down real quick, make sure. CHF JPY, looks like it's pulling back a bit. Euro CHF, same with this pair, it's pulling back a little bit. No, I'm going to close it for looks. I don't want to, I'm not able to watch it. But you guys can leave it on. I have this trade open on my other account too. This is just my smaller account that I do demonstrations on, and I trade my personal money on. So I still have that running on my normal account, so that's fine. No need to remove that. EG looks like it's rejecting off the support. I think if it breaks below the support, it'll be ready to go down. Euro NZD, Euro NZD hit CP already, so take this off. Oh, Josh said it's old. Yeah, I think I looked over GCAD earlier. So GCAD, yeah, same analysis earlier. I'm just waiting for it to break above this resistance. I think once it does, there goes your home run right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's valid. So this was yeah, because we did get a buy signal right here. So I think once it breaks above this zone right here, then it'll make it super valid. It's valid right now because we're in a buy and we have buy momentum. But once it breaks above it, then it's 100% valid. And then that would actually be another entry if I wanted to call a second K2 entry. But we've been hanging on to this trade for a while, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But it looks fine. It's gonna be like that other trade, Josh. The one we held for like 7 days, and then it ended up hitting full TP. Just don't take your stop loss off this time. Aaron, we called a GN already, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got that. Need to delete this. We get TP already.
Yep.
Let's see. Josh. Gerald's asking, what time zone have you been referring to all this time? Pacific Standard, or actually Pacific Daylight Savings Time. So I'm located in Los Angeles, so I trade off the Pacific Daylight Savings Time. I think Central Standard Time, you guys are just an hour ahead of us. So it's not a huge difference. But yeah, pretty much my time frame is -7 Los Angeles, which is Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Let's see, Dion's asking, based on the momentum movement between Friday and today, I'm thinking there would be a lot of reversals tomorrow. What do you think? Honestly, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's happened this week, like a lot of things that have been pushing the market, like the NASA launch. I'm not sure if that even affected the market, but if it did, I mean, that was still a big event, so that could have affected it to some sort, especially if, there's a lot of companies on, any index that have pretty much any presence in in the space, in this space spectrum, because obviously if we're going to space, and was it like companies are being used to produce these things that we need to go into space and to do research out there, then obviously investors are going to put money in those companies, and as those companies get money, the stocks are going to go up, and if their stocks go up, US 30 is going to go up, Nasdaq's going to go up, S&P is going to go up. So there's a lot of things that have affected the market, causing indices to move upwards, and also it affects pairs as well. Let's see, GU. So the USD is getting smacked right now, but who knows? It might come back down. depending on, you know, whatever's going on in the world. And it's probably not going to go good because of all the protests and, you know, Trump's way of handling the situation. So, you know, obviously the U.S. is still going to be, U.S. dollar is still going to be weak, but you know, anything could happen at any day. Like Trump could introduce some type of law that he's thinking about passing, and, you know, it could affect the market heavily. But looking at the indices over here, you know, US 30, UK 100, S&P, everything's going up. Like, I don't know what's causing it to go up, because, you know, that's a crazy bullish movement for every single index. You know, and there's no real catalyst saying that, you know, price is going to come down. Like, just because it's been swinging up for so long doesn't mean it's going to come down. You know, at any point. You can see right here, it came down a little bit, rejected off the support, and then it shot back up. So the thing is with this, you know, it might continue on up. There's no real way to predict what's going to happen, you know, days, weeks from now. But yeah, let's see. I think that's pretty much all the questions. So I'm going to go down the chat real quick. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A. We've been on this call for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So if I don't have any other questions, I might be getting off soon. But if you guys do need to reach out to me, you know, I'll be available in the Telegram. So if you guys want to drop any questions, you know, directly to me or in the chat, you know, we could all help you out. But let me keep going down. I'm just going to see if there's anything else out here. I think that's about it for questions, looks like. So yeah, guys, this was a great live trading room, even though, you know, we didn't really get to do much trading due to the market being slow, but you know, it was also a really good training session for you guys. So if you guys have any other questions, or if you guys are interested in signing up for K2, feel free to check out the website. Again, the website's right here, k2trades.com. And if you guys want to try out the trial, just go down to the bottom of the page and choose trial right here. Otherwise, I'll be available in the Telegram, guys. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys. Thanks for attending.